or lease in the morning.
I will remember you.
Will you remember me? Well, probably not, because...
It's so sad.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's not like people who come to this channel aren't accustomed to talking about sad topics. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Breaking Badger News. I'm your host, you know who we are. Let's just talk about this really sad piece of information, although I will introduce my guest, Prim Reaper. Prim, it's in your name. You are the goddess of death. How could you do this to us?
Hey, this one wasn't my fault. This must have been the other guy.
Oh, the other guy. Why have I yet to be introduced to this other guy yet? Is he the one that you keep saying that's all red and has the big horns?
Yeah, probably that one. I think they call him Grim. I don't know. I don't know him very well.
Well, I mean, like, you share the same underworld. I would think that you guys would have come... Okay, this is just... we're such nerds. Ladies and gentlemen, we're here, of course, to speak of the tragic and late Vidme. Obviously, it's the video sharing service that was supposed to compete against YouTube and all of their corrupt policies, and we are here to pay tribute. In the arms of the ages... Fly away. Okay. Vidme will suspend its site and apps on December 15th, 2017 at noon Pacific Standard Time. The team arrived at this decision when they realized they could not achieve financial sustainability. Their reasoning is as follows. Quote, advertisers want to target specific audiences, which means a new platform that doesn't store troves of personal user data is at a severe disadvantage relative to Facebook and Google, which combined control 60% of online ad spending in the United States. Most advertisers want their ads to complement brand-safe content. Few advertisers are willing to negotiate direct deals with platforms that don't have enormous scale, meaning ad revenue rates are lower for newer platforms. There was insufficient fan patronage to support Vidme's business model. Now, for those of you who don't know much about Vidme, aside from the fact that it's just another video sharing website, it was originally started in 2014 in order to help, quote, the next generation of entertainers find their audience and earn a living. Yeah. The Vidme team believed that YouTube was a system which often neglected creators with smaller niche audiences. Vidme decided to create a platform that was more community-oriented, more transparent, and more equitable to creators. And despite reaching over 2 million people annually... I'm sorry, 200 million people. 2 million people? That's so sad. 200 million people annually being embedded on major online publications like the Huffington Post and many others that I can't think of off the top of my head, and achieving great success in the face of competitors like Netflix, Hulu, and Amazon, companies who spend billions every year on their content. Vidme will now join the likes of Vine, Vessel, and Verizon Go 90. You ever hear that one? No, neither did I. Prem, I'm going to just wallow in a bit of Sarah McLachlan for the next minute while you speak about the sadness of this.
Okay. Well, I mean, I think it's
Will you remember me?
I
could totally pass.
Yeah, definitely. I think that it's a shame that a competitor to YouTube is going offline, of course. I had a couple of videos up on there. Honestly, I didn't love the way their system worked. It was pretty good, but I don't know. It needed some polishing. But I think that it sounded like, from what I heard from other people talking about it, that they were in it to make a profit. They were just here to serve as a competitor to YouTube. They weren't like proponents of free speech like Minds or Gab.ai is or anything like that. They were basically just here to compete with YouTube and make a profit. And I don't think it's exactly a secret these days that YouTube has never really made a whole lot of profit, if any, off of Google has not made a whole lot of profit, if any, off YouTube.
No, I think they're operating at a loss.
Yeah, so they were really barking up the wrong tree with that one.
It's too bad, because maybe if they kept at it for like the next 3 years, if they had the capacity capacity, maybe they would have been a legitimate competitor to YouTube, considering the ways things are going down with them right now. What with the Adpocalypse 2.0, what with the way that they're treating their smaller content creators and even their bigger content creators. They're not, what was that big controversy over the last couple of weeks where they're like allowing advertising for these very suggestive videos of kids,
yes,
but they won't allow journalists who cover political content the least bit of advertising revenue? Are you bloody kidding me?
Well, you know, the very first HBR help video that I did wound up getting demonetized, and I don't know how we can get less controversial, but I don't know. What can you do?
Was it about
really?
Helping men?
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, there you go. Jesus Christ.
Mystery solved.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I'm also sorry that, you know, we have to operate on YouTube at a loss. We're very grateful to our patrons, obviously, for being able to support the content that we have, being able to give people like me a platform to spew all my simpsons-kin nationalism. But yeah, Vidme, honestly, there's a lot of people out there that are creating legitimately good content, people that are putting a lot of work in order to actually provide a legitimate alternative to what's actually out there that's being provided by former big companies, current mainstream companies. And there are a lot of people that do it a whole lot better, whether, you know, you're talking about compiling information, making sure it's all fact-checked, or you're providing legitimate entertainment. There's got to be a better way of doing this, and I think with the way that YouTube is treating their mass audience at the moment, and, you know, the fact, like I said, that they're operating at a loss, it's eventually going to come tumbling down. And it's a shame that Vidme, whose efforts seem pretty noble, that they were the ones to go. But who knows, maybe in a few years those guys can try again and something like Vidme can actually be successful.
Well, fingers crossed. I mean, maybe if we get somebody working towards it who actually has a specific goal other than financial gain in mind, we might have more success with it then.
Well, I mean, like, okay, that's something that I never really understood. Like, everybody works at everything with financial gain in mind.
Well, you know, I'm not criticizing trying to make a living, for goodness sakes. I'm just saying that, you know, if Google is already running YouTube at a loss, then, I mean, you know, there's enormous costs in running a video site. So we've got to start from a place of trying to compete with YouTube's antics, I think, and then if we have that kind of freedom, then maybe more people will be willing to, you know, jump ship to something that is more ideologically free, if you get what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah, no, I totally understand what you're saying now. It's just if people act with, you know, good moral intentions, yes, then they will reap the benefits.
Yes, and then they'll probably become more profitable. I have no problem with profit. It's just, you know, if you just go into this being like, I'm going to make a lot of money, well, you've got to have some kind of draw to make that money. You know what I mean?
Yeah. In other words, don't be evil. Right, Google? All right. But yeah, we're just a couple of cows grazing in the why was I about to say the manger? I got Christmas on the brain. Yeah, because we could fit in a manger. Just watching the entire world burn, waiting for the Messiah. Yep. What the hell am I even talking about? Prim, do you have anything else to say to this sad news? Because I don't.
Well, get out of the manger. I don't know. Let's go in the pasture. See what else we can find out there. Maybe we'll get lucky.
You want to go out into the pasture and get lucky?
Man, you know what? I said it, so there you go, I guess.
Yes, you know, let Prim have it in the comment section. This is going to be glorious. It'll take my mind off of all this terribleness. But yeah, it is terrible. Hopefully there will be something. I still remain optimistic because you have to, and I certainly sure if YouTube just continues to go down the road that it's going, it's not going to be sustainable.
No,
it's just
not at all.
So look, everything will turn out right in the end. This is just a sad moment on the way to inevitable victory and the hegemony of HoneyBadgerRadio. Thanks so much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us for this particular edition of Breaking Badger News. I want to thank you all for watching. If you like this particular episode, make sure to give it a like. It really helps us out, especially with the craptastic YouTube algorithm. If you want to see more content like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button. It's right there. It'll just take a second. Trust me, we have tons of great content that you guys will enjoy from all of us as individual creators, as well as a collective. We do weekly podcasts where we go on for hours and we talk about all this great stuff, if that's what you're into. And if you want to discuss this, if you have any particular thoughts on this whole Vidme situation and whether or not you think it's going to turn out good in the end, we do want to hear what your thoughts are. Whether you're pessimistic or optimistic, it's good to keep the conversation going. I want to thank Prim for taking away this glorious service from us. I don't believe her when she says it was grim. Who the hell is grim? Who the hell names himself after an adjective?
I don't know, man. Bunch of weirdos, I guess.
Well, I mean, you're Prim and Reaper. I mean, I think you're the only person that's ever tried to make a Reaper cute.
I guess so.
And oddly enough, it worked. But yeah, thanks so much for helping me on such short notice, Prim. It's always appreciated.
Of course. And everybody in the comments, may you all get lucky.
In the pasture. And feel free to join us. Until next time, have a lovely, lovely day.